Alright, skits are going to be back tomorrow at their regular time, midnight, 12:05. Taking a much needed break. Last break that I took was New Year's Eve. So I've filmed pretty much 3 videos a day, every day since then. The 20-minute long videos, they're fulfilling, but they're a lot of work. I'll film those. My filming schedule is from 10 to 2 a.m. and then editing and uploading to the platforms sometimes takes until the next day. So it's literally just a repeating cycle every single day. And even though I know I could film today, I think every now and then I need to take care of me, I guess, and not push myself so hard to where I don't really believe in burnout, but I don't want to get burned out, if that makes sense. And it's always fun when I take a day off and then the next day I feel like I haven't filmed in 5 years and I go in fresh, if that makes sense. So yeah, this so this probably isn't a video for you if you're looking for the skits today. They'll be back tomorrow at midnight. But yeah, I just want to take a second to tell everyone to just stop and smell the roses sometimes, because sometimes we get so caught up with the day-to-day stuff that we forget like what we should be grateful for. And I'm sure some of you are going through things and you think the world's ending, and it may feel like that. I've had those days as well, but we always have that support system. We do have the people who are there for us, and I don't know, gratitude, I guess. I'm grateful for, I talk about God sometimes in the skits, but I'm super grateful for God getting me where I am today. But also my wife. I feel like she deserves way more credit than it's given, because, out of everyone in my life, she's the one that has filmed with me. She's the one that has been ultra supportive of everything that I do. And I'd be nowhere without her. And I love her for that. And I'm grateful for my true fans. The day in, day out fans who just are here for the ride. They'll take things too seriously and just support me. Those are the ones that I'm truly grateful for. And I think it's important to just take a second to breathe if you're not doing that. I know things may be hard for you, for some of you, then that's why you may relate to Miranda. That's why I relate to Miranda sometimes most, even if her decisions aren't always perfect. But we all struggle, and I think we need to just appreciate what we do have, because when it's gone, it's awful. And I'm guilty of it. I don't breathe a lot of the times. I give myself anxiety for no reason. A lot of I push myself too hard. Nobody tells me to work 24/7, but I do, because I have compulsive, obsessive behaviors, and I channel it into making content. And I guess that helps me in a lot of ways. And maybe if you have something like that where you can channel your, I wouldn't say worst parts, but the parts of you that you feel hold you back, and it can become your superpower. I know a lot of you are probably parents who follow me, and parenting is hard, and it's okay to say that it is, and it's okay to say that you're struggling, or that you need help, or you just feel like giving up some days. That's perfectly normal. You're not a bad person for feeling that way, because you are doing your best. I know if you relate to any of the good characters in my show, you are probably the type of person to be doing your best, and you always feel like you're falling short, but you're not, because there's no measuring stick to go by. If there is one, you made that up in your head. Like right now, filming this video and not filming the skits today, I feel like I'm Joey right now. I feel like a deadbeat. I feel like I'm a bum. Meanwhile, I haven't taken a day off since New Year's Eve, and I work 24/7. I get like 2 hours of a break, because again, filming from 10 to 3, 2:30 to 3, and then transporting all the files, that takes about an hour or so. And editing is the worst part, because you know, every night there's about 150 clips. So when I say clips, it's Miranda saying something, blah blah blah, and then you have to end the clip, right? So those 140, 150 clips, I have to edit out that part where they go like this twice, because they turn it on and they turn it off. So I have to edit those out. And then I have to put the filters on Miranda, Gabby, whoever. Not complaining, but some days it's just go, go, go. And in between editing and filming, I have to also, oh yeah, tonight I need 45 minutes worth of ideas to film out. And of course, the 75% is probably not great. That's what everyone's gonna hang on to. But yeah, really all I wanted to talk about was, if you take anything from this video, it's okay to slow down, I guess. And it's okay to stop and smell the roses and appreciate the people who are in your life, who make your life great when everything else seems bad. It's okay to take care of you, if that makes sense. You have 7 or 8 kids, you have to be there for them. And you can't be there for them if you're falling apart mentally. Personally, I don't talk about it a lot, but I suffer from like bad anxiety, where I have panic attacks. Type of panic attacks where you have to leave Target because you feel like you're gonna die. And my wife, Amanda, has always, you know, at first it was hard for her because she wasn't used to that type of thing. She grew up in a strong Italian family. They don't really believe in that type of stuff. But then over time, she's become very, very helpful and very supportive. And you can see it in some of the skits some nights, where if one of the characters is like, that's me because I can't breathe. Sometimes I can't catch my breath. I know how to work through it nowadays, sort of. But yeah, like sometimes I work myself a little too hard to the point where it activates the anxiety, where I'll go into filming and it'll be like, oh, like I'll think about it, I'll be like, oh, 3 videos tonight. One of them's 20 minutes long. I can't do this tonight. I can't. I don't have it in me. It's not gonna come from anywhere, you know what I mean? And I had that night last night, actually, and I wound up filming a 26-minute long video. So it's things like that where you think you can't do something, or, you know, maybe all 8 of your kids are throwing Play-Doh around the house and you just think like, this is it. It's not. You'll get through it. You have to stay strong. I know I'm on my soapbox high horse right now, but for the people who are here every single day, if you don't get a message out of my skits that help you in any way, like at least I can say something directly to you right now and just try to help you in that way, because I do appreciate everyone, the real people who support me day in and day out. It matters to me, those people, the genuine people, not the hate watchers or anything like that, or just people who are bored, who, you know, the genuine people who support my content. See, right now, I thought about breathing, and but yeah, like, I know it's always such a hard sentence to say when I say, like, my mother left when I was 13. It affected me, you know? And I always stop and think about the people who are watching my stuff every day, or commenting, and you're doing more than that person. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have been here way more than I ever had, like, in a personal way, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, my wife is here every day, my son, but you know, it affects you when your mother does that, and it always just makes me think, like, wow, I found my people, you know what I mean? And you gotta find yours, because they're there. If you don't have those people, I know you're doing good. I know you're trying your best. I can tell when a mom leaves a certain comment about their story relating to Miranda, I can feel the passion behind that, if that makes sense. Like I can kind of sense when, like, oh, this person loves their kids, or this person's really trying hard, or wow, this person had a really tough go in a past relationship, or just their situation with their children and stuff like that. um like I know that you're doing your best, even if other people in your life may not enunciate that to you, or you don't feel that way. I see it, I feel it, I'm perceptive, because when you go through, like, I don't know, the life that I've been through, you read people very differently than most. That's probably the only reason why I'm so good at acting, if you want to call it that, whatever this is I do every single night, because I don't know, I'm always in my head. So I guess it's a compliment when people think I'm these people. Like, there are people in the comments that genuinely believe I'm a narcissist, or I'm this terrible person, this or that, or and I guess I don't know how to negate that. But I guess I'm just good at portraying. I'm very good at impressions and picking things up about people. I'm a people watcher, but in real life, I'm really quiet. I don't talk. I know that like, my wife's family is probably like perplexed with, like, who I am on camera, and then when I'm at the house and I'm just like shy, you know what I mean? So yeah, grateful for God, grateful for my wife, grateful for my real fans. Take a day for yourself. I'll be back with the skits tomorrow at midnight. Tonight I'm gonna read a book, and I'm gonna work out, and I'm gonna do my best to not obsess over the next skits coming up. Because it's funny, I'll take a night off and all I do is think about filming. So I'm going to try not to do that tonight and just decompress. And I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, take care of yourself. Tomorrow, actually, I have my son's blood work. So that was stressing me a little bit today, just thinking about it. So I don't want to put him through that, but I know it's necessary. And I know my wife's going to be a wreck. So it's good I take off today and be there for her tomorrow, because I know it'll be tough. She doesn't like to see him suffer. Not that getting a shot of blood drawn is suffering. We always think about her friend who has a son with diabetes, and he always has blood drawn, like it's normal for him. So to complain about, not complain, but to dread ordinary blood work tomorrow, silly, kind of. Yeah. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and I will see you tomorrow. And it'll be 3 videos a day moving forward, just as usual. I don't have any other news in terms of the skits. If you've noticed, the 12:05 video is usually 20 minutes long. The 12:10 video is usually a little bit less, and then the afternoon one is a little bit shorter. And that's pretty much the schedule I'm keeping moving forward. I'll end it with this story because I think it's funny. I just want to put you in my shoes for a second, because it's funny to me. So the way I like work these skits, it's kind of like the universe tells me what's next. I know that sounds mystical and crazy, but it's kind of all what I feel, if that makes sense. Like, what's the next thing, what happens next. It's all very organic, and I feel like it comes from God or a different place or whatever. And so Miranda and Brian, they're not together. That's the way it went, right? So the next thing was, okay, he's gonna wind up dating, some woman picked up the phone call. Okay, so now we have to work with that. Who's the woman? Who answered the phone? So it landed on Tiffany. And then I was thinking about Tiffany, and I was like, okay, what type of person do you want to explore, and who's she gonna be, right? Who is someone that you can act every day? Who is someone that you want to do a deep dive on? And so took maybe 2 days to think about what I wanted to do. And I liked the idea that Miranda's never come up against someone who considers themselves formally like really hardcore educated, I guess. Miranda's always dealt with people who think they know about kids. Like Mill comes with her old wives' tales type jargon, and always kind of goes against her with that stuff. Melissa did not know anything about children. She was just a bad person to be around kids, and Miranda had to deal with that type of person with her kids. But she's never come against someone who's got like a degree in early childhood education and things of that nature. So how do you deal with someone like that? If you're Miranda and you have this kind of like a little bit of a know-it-all, but I promise you, Tiffany's not ill-intentioned, not to give things away. I think she's a genuine person who just maybe lacks a little bit of perception, or thinks, we all have those people who try to help us, but they're not really helping us type of thing. So if you're Miranda, how do you deal with someone who's giving you facts, but you also have, you want to deal with things your own way? I think we've all dealt with people like that. We've dealt with nurses or someone in real life who'd like, actually, you're not supposed to do that when at 3 years old. No, you know what I mean? And that's fun for me. I want to explore that. So I landed on that after like 2 days. Then came the task of, okay, what's she gonna wear? Because, all the characters, all the hairstyles have kind of been, we have blonde, we have brunette, we have gray. We haven't done curly yet. Let's go curly. We did red, remember Kendra? But I was like, okay, let's do curly. And then I have to think like, wait, how hard is this wig going to be to maintain? But then I was like, you know what? We don't even know if, we'll see how it goes. So then I get to Amazon and I'm like, I'm a dad. I know this is work, but should I really be spending on a wig right now? I feel bad. I'm not buying my wife anything, or I'm not buying Dean, my son, anything. I feel guilty. So I go through that for hours. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this wig. It's like $20, $30. It's for work. It's a long-term thing. Look at the wig for Melissa. Melissa worked with me for how many years? And that was like a long-term investment type thing. Then I had to think of the shirt, and I'm like, I don't want to get a cheap shirt, but all right, let me do the shirt. And it became this whole big thing. So however long that process took to get it off Amazon. Now the stuff, I have to wait for the stuff to come. The stuff came. So now it comes to developing her. Okay, we've used every voice under the sun, right? But you know what we haven't done? We haven't done someone with like a high-pitched fast mode. Everyone's kind of slow talking. This girl, let's make her a little quick. Her mind is working so fast. She's like me in a way, where, oh, what am I doing next? Oh, I gotta do this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's also funny, ironic, that she's a speech pathologist. This girl talks so fast. And how is she helping kids if she's talking? So it's kind of like a joke, because remember, we don't want it to be all serious, right? We want things, I like absurdity. I like when things are a little bit crazy. I don't want it to be all the time ultra realistic. It's not fun that way. I don't want to be like a drama all the time. I want some people to get a little bit of a laugh, but anyway. So you see how long that process took. So then, okay, I filmed a few episodes with her. And then those go into Patreon, so it takes a while for those to finally get to people. So this whole process, blah, 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 gets to the people on Patreon, and then finally gets to people on like YouTube, and we hate her. I hate this woman. She's crazy. ADHD. I can't stand it. She's gonna be worse than Melissa. Meanwhile, the funniest part about it to me though is also like I put so much work into her, right? And I mentioned the anxiety, like I can't breathe a lot of the times, and I have like panic attacks. She has been like also the worst character for me, because like she talks so fast. So when I'm done with her scenes, I feel like I'm going to die. And then as I'm filming and I don't know how people are going to perceive her, and I don't know, like, oh, I don't, whatever. I'm filming it thinking like, oh, I love her. This is so different. She's so like unique to herself. She's not like anything I've done before. This is fun. And then you get to like when it gets out there and you see the feedback and it's like, damn, I almost died doing this, but okay. I joke about it, but there are so many other problems in the world, and I'm not complaining. I find it funny that no one really knows like the behind the scenes of like what goes into things. I also do that to myself, because did I need to stress about buying a wig off of Amazon for that long? Probably not. Anyway, moral of the story, take care of yourself. You're doing okay. Thank you for supporting me. Be grateful for the people in your life. Take a break. You're doing your best. And I appreciate all of you. And I hope you're having a good year. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I'll see you tomorrow in skit form at 12:05.